YouTube, is Brian Proctor back again with another video, and this is number 11 in the series of action pose position of the week, and this is the crouching position. This is the finished product of what I did today. So without me rambling or going off the bat, let's just watch the video. Okay, so I'm going to do another crouching position. This time it's going to be for the man, and the reason I'm doing another crouching position is that in comics you always have people crouching. They have they strike a pose and they also crouch before they attack or when they land from a jump or throw or whatever. So this is a crouching position for the man. As I say, always have the image in your head as best you can and then start to rough it out. So for me, I do the oval, which represents the my God, every time I do this I cannot remember the torso. What is it with me? I'm going to start writing this stuff down. The torso, center line, which means this person is going this way, and the diamond or the shoulder blades, which represents shoulder blades, the here I go again, the collarbone, which represents which direction or how much this person is leaning down. So I'm going to keep that centered with the center line, even though I'm going to have him tilted a little bit. So somewhere like that. And of course the shoulders come around, and we're not going to do that right now. I'm going to put the head down. That also determines how much this person is crouching by having the head down. And when I mean head down, it's down past the back. If I put his head up like this, and this is why my videos get so long, because I do a lot of demonstrations. We have this, the collarbone, the chest, the delts, and if I put his neck here and I put his head up, he's not crouching. His head is up like he's looking up. Maybe he's peeking up out of a hole or something. There's a hole in the ground and he's popping up. But if you put his head down past his back into this part, then it looks like he's crouching because his back and his shoulders are high up. So that's what I mean. But when I say put his head down. So this is where the collarbone ends, so which means the delts are going to be here. And then both sides. And as I say, keep this one piece. So this whole shape is going to be one piece. Now, it's subject to change because I don't want his delts way back here like he's pulling his shoulders back. I want it to be more coming from the front. And this is why I use a blue pen or blue pencil, so that I can see what I'm doing more likely. Just shut up and draw. So the stomach, the part that you will see, will be represented by the circle. Maybe you'll see two. So let's just say this is the first set of abs here. Second set, it won't go all the way back around. So your
the 300 house is.
300 house is.
I mean, the swimming pool house is 800.
Okay, and I am back. I had a little bit of interruption, and let's continue this. Right off the bat, for me, I might have him leaning down too much. Well, let's just see, because I want the leg here, and I was telling you to draw it out, and a leg here going back, and this leg is going to come down, but he might be crouching too much. But is there such a thing as crouching too much in comics? So let's just do this real quick. Let's see if I can keep this thing under so many minutes. So let's get the rough sketch out first, and then we'll do the detail in red and ink. bring that leg up. And this leg is going to come down. So let's just say his foot, and he's high up. I was just saying about crouching down too much. Let's continue. Waist might be a little fat, but let's just rough it and see what we got. See what we have. King's English. And this is not going to be on the same line because this knee is higher. This knee is further back. Maybe out too far. And this one is it's about right here. And so the knee is going to be here. And the foot just about right there, which is way out for me. It's seeming a little short, maybe because I have him crouched down too much. So let's I'm tempted to grab my red pencil now. Okay, so I missed the little waist part here. Then the leg comes. There. So this is where your obliques are, your external obliques. This is that center line. And let's bring up a little bit more, just because. Well, let's see, let's make the head bigger. Let's put the arms where I want to put the arms. And go back, and this one's going to come out like that. And this one, I want to drop down a little bit more. So, because it was down here, like that. So, looking at what I have, let's switch to my red pencil and see. Let's sharpen this. Let's pause this for a second while I sharpen it. Did I just unpause this? Yes, I did. And remember, you won't see any lats. And that was out too far. So you have my neck comes here. So your neck, your V for that neck is going to come here. So you're going to have your, let's add this collarbone. That's going to come out here. That's going to come out there because that is your traps. This part and this part, your trapezoids. It's going to come to round off that shoulder. Then you're going to have this delt. Then from that delt, you're going to have tricep, bicep. As I said, you won't see the lats. Make that one. So you're going to have your stomach, which is going to come down. Remember when I say if you have your nipples, that line, no, you don't know that's in that video, but check out some of my other videos and you'll see where it's kind of, I measure where lines go. But anyway, if he was standing up straight like this, let's say this is the torso, this is the chest, collarbone, arms, this is the nipples here and here, this is the U, that your abs, and where this comes down, straight down, that's where this line, and it actually curves in, that is where this line follows. And you have your lats, and then you have your love handles here, or your obliques. So if I ink that, quick anatomy lesson, it would be like this, come in, the chest, your nipples, so it's gonna follow that line like this. Your lats, your obliques comes in, and then you have some side, or some, that would be your waist, it would be your thigh, and your legs would come in under that. So you have your first set, second set, third set, belly button. So where that nipple is located, it's just a straight line, like so. I hope that answered what in the world I was about to do. So yeah, so when you lean over or you crunch over, you're still gonna have these lines here, these lines right here. So let's get back to drawing 101. So you're gonna have that first set, let me separate that, come out, and it depends on how much you lean over. You might not see all 3 sets, you might, but each one would get a little smaller or less. You'd see each one of them lesser and lesser. And then that, which is crooked already, but that's okay, we'll keep going. So that, your obliques goes down into the crotch, which lines up with your legs. You see some of your, this is actually your buttocks, and your legs actually go into that and curve down. So if I did this leg, and then did actually this muscle, this one goes all the way down to the knee, and this one is a V, Brian, like that. Leg muscles are confusing because I really never really studied them, but I will eventually. It's just so many years I just put the necessary muscle in that I needed. And the other one here, you don't want it to come out too far. And then you have your knee, which can be the diamond shape. You'll have some calf over here. So your center line of your leg is going to come right about there and then down. Or that would be your shin, right here would be your shin bone. So you'll still see some over here with this position. So this tucks in, this is in front of that, so you'll see that. Calf, and then that leg, like so. And then, let's see, let's do a wedge for now. And this is an easy way to do a foot, just do a wedge like that. Slice of cake, piece of cheese, whatever you decide to call it. And then let's do part of that bicep. Let's pull that bicep back a little bit. And then this part. So this arm down, try to pull it back maybe a little bit more. I'll just have it down a little bit more. And let's see what we can do with the head. How far am I going to have? I'm going to bring the head up a little bit more, or am I going to bring it down? I'm looking at the head, and I'll look at the arm. I'll work on his arm some more and stop looking at the head. And that's a good way to do is, if you're not sure, if you feel something's right but you can't put your hand on it, walk away for a little while or work on another part and don't think about or don't look at that head or don't look at that part that you're trying to work on. So the hand, separate your two palms or your center of your palm. If you have those two ovals together, this part is a square right here, and then you just bend your fingers in, and that's an easy way to do it. So I'll stick my thumb here, and here, thumb bends in two places. Fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bend them up. And if you notice, I just used kind of a box. I boxed them out a little bit, and then you can, once you get them in, you can raise one up or lower the other one down. And that's a quick way to do a hand. Just remember to put your thumb has got to be bigger, this part anyway, and then down here. Let's work on the other hand. So same thing. You have your center of your hand. Let's see if you guys are catching this. Yeah. Center of your palms, you have one oval, two ovals, and the rest is basically square. And it's not going to be flat, it's going to be angled like that. So to me, half of your hand is done. So you're going to put that one piece of thumb here, and then that other piece, and then it comes down. So it's going to up, over, and down like that. Up, over, and down. Up, over, and across. I guess that would be a better way to say it. And then just put a few sausages in, a few ovals for the fingers for now. Curving around. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they curve in. So it's going to be that square again. This. And they curve in like that. Let's bring this, and you're going to have some palm left over, so let's bring this finger out more. Let's use a pencil so we can see, so I can see, and you can see too. Thumb goes up like that. Then you're going to, this finger, this one bends higher than the other. You'll see more of this than you will with the other ones. It depends on, it'll be higher, just put it that way. 3, and this bends down. 4, this bends down. 5, it bends down too, like so. Take some of that palm away, and you have a hand. Now I just have to make that wrist fit that hand, but it's no big thing because you can make the wrist bigger. Just the same as this, I can make the wrist bigger. As you have your what do you call these? When you cut your wrists, those two veins that come out the center. So, looking at that head, I'm not displeased with it. Let's do this. Let's take the shoulder out of the head, and maybe I can see better. Red pencil, let's see. I had to do the center line. That way he's kind of crouched, but he's also looking up. Nose and the angry mouth, which is down too low, but that's fine. I think I'll go with this head. Let's make it more square. Square chin, and then up like that. Take the face out. I don't need the face. You put your own face in. So you really won't see too much of the neck, but let's bring it down anyway. Bring it out. Like that, and then there's that V there, that upside down V to represent that. Bring the chest, move the chest over, bring it out, bring it out. And I think I'm done with this this drawing. The rest will be inking. So I will add anything else I need with it in here. And if you want to be, precise, separate the delts. This comes up into the chest. You have that little V right there, comes up. Same thing with this, it comes up. You can separate into 3 sections. If you just want to be, just want to be Superman about it. And then maybe a little bit of shadow right here from that tricep. Can actually bring it down a little bit, but I'm going to keep it because he's a superhero and he's powerful. So yeah, that's about it for this one. So let me go ahead and ink this, fix the foot in the ink, or you can fix the foot now. Higher is inside, ankle is higher, outside is lower. And when you do that, you can just put a lump right here and then try to curve off the front, and then you're good. 4 foot, good enough 4 foot. And I don't have any more eraser on my red pencil. I have to redo my pencil. Let's bring that foot out just a little bit more. But I will fix it in the inking process. All right, so let's ink this thing. All right, I wanted to do this before I inked because I really didn't tell you much about drawing, and I don't want to draw something just to let you see me draw something and not give you tips on how to draw it or how you can draw it. So hopefully you can see this. So the red represents poor excuse for your skeletal structure. You have your torso, your ribs, your what is that? I think it's spinal column, I think. And then you have your, you know what, I give up. Anyway, you have this part down here for your hips. I mean, your collarbone, and that connects to your arms and your legs and so forth. So this is it standing straight up. Now, when you lean over forward, remember I said it's going to take that shape like this, but this part or your hips are not really going to lean forward. So that's going to stay straight up and down for the most part, while this part leans over like that. So when you lean over, if you can see in the blue, let me see if I can zoom in. It's going to take that shape. This is as far as I can zoom in. It's going to take that shape, leaving this part, as I said, relatively standing straight up and down. This is not going to lean, just this part. So if you have this, say this is this looking straight down. These are your shoulders, the muscles in your back. Here, this is your collarbone, center of your chest, collarbone that comes here. These are your delts, which hooks to your arms. So we have that. Now, this is looking straight up and down at the guy. Now, if he started leaning back, since you're looking straight down, let's say he's bent over all the way. And if he started coming back up, you would start seeing the stomach just a little bit at a time, right there. And so the more he would come up, the more stomach you would see, until you can see all of the abs, and then you would see the love handles. Now I'm not bringing them all the way up because it's impossible with this shoulders drawn like that, but I'm just showing you a crouched over position This will not go all the way to the end. It would probably stop right here. Remember I was saying at the nipples. So it would come like that. And then your love handles would, or your obliques would be like this. And it would go down into the crotch. And then you have your legs. So that's how you could start to tilt somebody forward to do a crouching position. Because if you look at this, and let me stand up here, your obliques come down and it curves around here on top of this little bone that's right here, and it goes down into that. And then this is basically, this would be your buttocks that would come around from behind, and then your legs actually go right up into that. So hopefully that shows you a little bit about the muscle structure. And there is a little skeleton that I want to order on, what is that thing? Not eBay, Amazon, that I want to use and do some videos to show people the skeletal structure and how the skin fits on it. But that's later. But I just want to show you this little bit of information on drawing somebody crouching over into a nice attack position. So with that, let's start inking. Okay, so that's it for this crouching position. I'm sure if I stared at it long enough, I can find something that I needed to change, but that's why I say when you draw and you finish drawing, before you put ink, walk away from it, come back later on, go get something, a sandwich or something, a drink of water, come back later on and you can kind of see something that might not look right. Also, you can turn it upside down and look at it in the mirror, reverse it and look at it in the mirror, and then that'll show you some things that might be off. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up because YouTube looks at that stuff and I'm trying to build my channel even more. So they look at how many thumbs up you get, how many likes you get, and also of course how many subscribers you have and how much people view the video. So if you look at it, look at the whole thing. Well, if you can anyway. So that's it for this. I will see you guys in the next video. I am out.